Child, the judge said he gonna throw Diddy out if he don't quit making faces. Hey y'all, Jack Squad, my YouTube family, what's going on? How everybody doing? Happy Friday. Listen, Judge Supermanian, I hope I said that right, Judge Supermanian, the judge in Diddy's case, said if Diddy don't stop making facial expressions and trying to connect with the jury, he gonna throw him out, right? So I guess Diddy, but listen, let me tell y'all something. I ain't mad at that, because if I'm fighting for my life, I'm smiling and cheesing and doing anything I can do too, right? The man is facing 15 years to life. Now, 15 years and he 55, what is that, 70? That's a death sentence, right? I ain't mad at him for trying to appear to be nice. The people is hearing all kind of crazy stuff about you, so you just want to smile, do a little wave, little gesture, right, little wink. Diddy trying to make the audience, I'm not the audience, he trying to make the jury seem like I am Sean Combs, I'm a nice guy, right? And so certain comments that the lawyers would make, certain comments, Diddy would raise his eyebrows or look at him or chuckle or something like that, right? And then also certain witnesses, he was mean mugging, right? Now, they didn't call it mean mugging. They called it something else, grimace. They said another word. I'm calling it mean mugging. And looking at him intensely, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you can't do all that stuff. Diddy needs to understand whatever power it was that he had, he no longer has that. He no longer has that. And I didn't know till the other day that he had 9 lawyers, 9 or 8. I mean, listen, the man fighting for his life. He fighting for his life. So, do all the things that you need to do, right? But you can't, the judge ain't playing with him. I need to get a picture of the judge. I need to see what, there ain't no cameras in federal courtrooms, right? But I'd like to know Judge Supermanian. Supermanian. I want to know what is his nationality, right? But judge ain't playing with him. And I cut it out. And then his lawyer said, "Oh no, he's not gonna do that." Now, they say he got the dream team, but this ain't gonna be. Let me tell y'all something. OJ was the last one that was gonna get all the way off like that. Ain't no more. That ain't happening no more. We don't care how many lawyers you got, how much money you got. You see what? It ain't gonna happen. And then, the way the world worked, the way karma worked, the way the universe worked, the way the Lord worked. If you did something wrong, you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna have to pay for it. That's all. Y'all see that, what's his name? OJ didn't go to prison for what he did, allegedly, to Nicole and Ron. He went when he tried to go steal his trophies back or whatever he was trying to do, right? He still ended up going to jail. I mean, did he do 10 years? Did he do a long time? I can't remember. But it karma catches up to you. It catches up to you. But Diddy, he trying to smile and seem nice. And they say his clothing is very demure. He got sweaters on and carrying on. He's in rotation, right? I know everybody in that jury had to know who Diddy was. They had to know who he was, right? He's worldwide, right? At least nationwide, for sure. And people in the United States know who he was, whether they know him as Puffy, Diddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Brother Love. They know him. Because I just thought about that. Did they, when they was finding the jury, did they find somebody that never heard of Diddy? Would that make it fair? Because if you've heard of him, how could that be fair, right? Even though the jury is supposed to be a jury of your peers. That's what they say, right? I don't know. That's a good question. Did the people in the jury, had they ever heard of Diddy? Some of y'all, because it's a lot of, listen, my kids going to say, you should be there. I ain't got no money to be in New York. I would like to be there. I ain't got no money to be there every day in and day out. New York is expensive. I used to go to New York all the time before I moved down south, before the pandemic. New York is expensive, right? You have to get a hotel room. You have to eat. I ain't got it like that, right? But I'm happy for the people that are there and able to go into the courtroom and see, because they see it with their own eyes and they can tell it back to us, right? I'm happy for them, but I can't get there. I would like to be there. I would like to be there from the beginning. You know, it's going to be, I think they said 2 or 3 more weeks, or did they say 2 months? 2 months, 2 more months, or something like that, right? It's a long trial. I ain't got it like that. Now, you know, I'm kudos to them that do. But I ain't got it like that, child, to be sitting there spending money every day. But you know, those people have a lot of followers and so on and so forth, so they can do that, right? And I'm happy for them. I would like to be in that courtroom because you know, they say he's aged, the hair's almost white, he gained some weight. Usually, if you go to jail, especially you ain't never been, you lose some weight, right? Because you don't want to eat that food, then you get hungry and you start tasting like steak and potatoes, right? But I don't know how, well, he's not in the feds yet. But anyway, the judge said, quit looking at them people. Quit making faces. Quit nodding your head, blinking your eyes, and doing up gang signs, right? Cut it out, right? And quit grimacing at the witnesses. Stop that. Because, you know, the people ain't scared of you now, Diddy. They not scared. They not scared. Now, what the scary thing, like I said before, if he gets convicted and if Trump pardons him. Now, you know, him and Trump were friends. Trump was at the shindigs. Am I right? Trump was at the shindigs. So, you know, that's a possibility. That would be, especially to the victims and the witnesses, that would be devastation to the nation. Imagine you going and telling what this person, all the horrible things this person did to you. Next thing you know, he out of jail knocking on your door. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but the judge said, don't play with me. I'm gonna put you out of here. And that would be torture to not be able to be in the courtroom and you are the defendant. That would be horrible, right? So, you know, and his mom, you know, I feel sorry for his mama, right? I feel sorry for the kids. They got to listen to all that, right? But anyway, Diddy, they say trick no good. Stop it. Stop looking at them. Just stop it, right? I wouldn't be surprised though, you know, because all the things that they said Diddy did, you know, every day is something different. Every witness says he did something horrible than the day before. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to find a witness and what you call that? Tamper with the witness tampering or something. You know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody, I forgot who's the name, who that person is, that's been there every day. That's like, you know, that's his right hand man. He said he's gonna be there every day, right? I forgot who that was, but you know, Diddy, listen, I don't feel sorry for you. I do in a human kind of way, but then I don't as a woman because you were doing horrific things, and you seem like you was bullying on a lot of women, with the exception of Kid Cudi and the other little guy. You know, he picked his victims. You know, he picked his victims, right? Who he was going to bully on and torment and harass and, you know, not treat so nicely. And then he wasn't paying them people a whole lot of money. Like somebody said, the guy that was his assistant that worked day in and day out, I think he made $70,000 a year. That ain't a lot of money for always being on call and always being at work. That is not a lot of money. Maybe that's why we ain't seen Fonz's work. He wasn't getting paid either. That is not a lot of money to be on call to work almost 24 hours a day. You barely sleep. He calling you. You got to set up his day and all that stuff, right? Set him up, set the mood for his day and all that, being responsible for his mood. At least he'd have been getting $200,000, $250,000. At least he had it to give. I could see if he didn't have it, he had it. But you know, Diddy didn't pay his artists right. You know, and they never could get out the contracts, and you never seen them no more when they leave Diddy. With the exception of, I think Jock was on Bad Boy South or something, some of them artists, right? But them. A lot of them folks, Day 26, 112. I love me some 112. Whatever them girls was making the band on it. Them people, them people didn't get no money. A lot of them folks didn't get black robbed. They had to pass the hat to bury him, right? So he didn't do right by people. Just on that strength, we ain't even talking about what he's morally. Diddy was wrong on a lot of situations, right? But what he's being charged for now, I ain't even talking about. I'm talking about the way he did his artists. So you got to pay for that. So that's why it's interesting to me that these people. I wonder if they asked these people, had they ever heard of Sean Puffy Combs? I wonder that, right? Had they ever heard of him? You had to, right? Unless you was, how old would you have to be to never heard of him? 75? Because anybody younger, done heard of him, right? And he was the soundtrack to the 90s. So anyway, the judge said cut it out or else, right? So y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all think. And make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure that you make it happen for yourself, okay?